The first step of the project was to create the opening for the garage lobby and the existing parking garage. Once we removed all of the slabs, it was really the same as building a building in a normal situation, just in a really unique spot. So it's essentially a 5-story building that starts at the bottom of the existing garage.
Currently, the parking garage lobbies feel like an extension of the parking garage, and they feel like a component of an exterior space. It was really key to consider this space not part of the exterior, but part of the interior of the building, and think about how that experience of arrival to campus starts from the parking garage.
But the lobbies, like when you come off the parking lot to come up to the bridge, they're kind of dingy and dark. They're confusing. You're not sure where you're supposed to go, where you're going to end up, and how do you get back there.
So we wanted to really make this feel like an interior environment so that they do kind of glow from when you first parked your car and you've arrived into the lobby. And what was really key for us when designing that is that the finishes are consistent throughout the rest of the lobby and the elevator lobbies. And then at the back of the lobby, to assist people with just memorizing where that they've parked, we are actually commissioning a local artist to do some murals that relate to our local garden concept.
The bridge itself is capable of standing on its own. So the garage portion didn't really need to be there for us to put the bridge in place over the road. But logistically, because of the parking garage, it's very low capacity, so we can't put a lot of equipment on the garage. So we had to build the garage portion first.
We've grown so much, so the space gets tight. Right now, when you come across the bridge, it's very beautiful. You have great sunlight, but you funnel into the lobby. Our coffee bar is right there to the left, so it can get kind of congested. So it's beautiful for what it is, but it's time for a refresh.
We had a complex planning experience with the project because there is such a wide north and south extension with the bridge, but also an east and west expansion towards the new tower and then towards the existing East Pavilion.
The bridge itself was a little over 180,000 pounds. It's a little over 100 feet long, and it was close to 40 feet wide, its widest spot.
So what we did was we created a strategy where each of those axes, north, south, east, west, has a wood feature wall that serves as an anchor so that when you are looking down these sight lines, they kind of anchor the space and you can see where you're headed and kind of use that as like kind of a North Star. So a lot of the design cues that we used to make the bridge feel like an extension of that lobby is to replicate a lot of the same finishes that you see the elevator lobbies match.
So with the garage steel in place and now the bridge steel in place, our next piece was to erect the steel, they called the mustache, or the new space in the front of West Pavilion that the bridge will tie into. So the garage and the West Pavilion will be connected together here in the next couple of weeks.
You're going to have such better visibility, and then coming up, there's going to be a beautiful staircase, and it's going to just be more eye-opening.
One key thing is that we have added a blue glass element similar to what is in the Parkview lobby that will be on the front of all of the elevator banks in the main lobby as well as at the garage lobby. And then the sculpture that is at the stairwell, there will actually be 2 other companion sculptures within the lobby itself that have a very similar design language and relate back to that botanical concept.
The exterior enclosure is the next piece, so we started working on the roofing. The glass panels are being fabricated off-site right now and will be coming in later this week, and we'll start assembling the enclosure. Once we get the enclosure on the bridge, then we can go on with the traditional interior activities, drywall and framing, and work towards finishes so that we can work towards getting the bridge open.
The investment we're making to make this a better space for our patients, families, and our community brings me so much pride.
The scale of this is monumental. I think what really excites me about it is doing something that has such a tie to St. Louis and is in this prominent location.
To be a part of a really transforming project that makes a huge difference to the arrival experience, it's really cool.